Top four for Manchester United. Is it there for the taking, Tim?
Yeah, it's there for the taking, that's for sure. I mean, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal. So who else? Chelsea would probably put their hand up first. And I would agree with most people who suggest Chelsea.
Villa are getting up there. Villa are just outside now by 1 point.
I think they will be top five because we will be so dominant in Europe again, but we won't know till the end of the season. So I think likes of Tottenham and certainly Manchester United, like Gary makes a good point there, with no interruption midweek, so they got a full training week. This man, Ruben Amorim, talked about how he's a good coach. He gets on the training pitch, he works with a group, he has a lot of downtime for them boys as well. And they're picking up injuries. So that myth of being overplayed, and they picked up 3 injuries at the weekend. I mean, for me, they're getting players, they get undertrained. That's what players do. You know, they've got no excuse to pick up muscle injuries. Why have they picked up muscle injuries? You know, it just happens. That's the reality of it. You know, it's nothing to do with overplaying. You know, they can't argue about overplaying. They're out of the cup. They're not in Europe. It's Premier League to Premier League. He's got all the time in the world to work with them players. That gives them an advantage. It should do. But now they picked three injuries up in one game. You know, how can that be right? You know, you have to ask the sports scientists a few questions, I would suggest.
Well, what's Ruben Amorim done to turn things around on the pitch? Because going into the last international break, they played Sunderland at home. Yeah. And it looked like if they didn't get 3 points there, he was under serious pressure. Since then, well, they haven't lost.
Well, what he's done is sign Brian Mbeumo and Cunha, and Mason Mount's got back fit. I'm not sure he's done too much tactically. I really don't.
Well, we know he hasn't changed the tactics.
Well, they got a little bit lucky. They've got a bit lucky. They've won a few games what previously would have been unlucky, where they should have picked up more points. But and he's had the opportunity to work with them. So we should be seeing it now, and I think they will be possibly favourites for the top 5. I'm not sure top 4 for that 5th spot, because they will spend again, they will go again, and they will back this manager. They've come out and supported him. Why not? He speaks brilliantly. He's a fantastic talker. I love the way he talks. Even in defeat, he comes out, he talks, he's very honest. They're going to give him more money to spend. I'm sure they will in January.
They are going to be missing Brian Mbeumo and Amad Diallo for the Africa Cup of Nations.
That don't help. I mean, Brian Mbeumo, for me, is their best player. For me, he's the best player. He was certainly a big threat at the weekend. Cunha wasn't one of his best games. I did that game in the weekend, and it wasn't as bad as the Europa League final, but it weren't far off. And when it was a 2-2, you think it's a fantastic game. It was bang average. Both teams were so poor in my opinion. But that's the way the Premier League is at the moment. I don't think it's a great quality of league after the top 3.
Biggest question, Tim. He's flying at Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Wolves, as you said, are struggling in the Premier League. Why would you swap Middlesbrough for Wolves?
Me personally, I'm not. I mean, Rob might have the same idea, but it might be completely different. For me personally, I always say you need to strike while the iron's hot. And his stock is very high at the moment. He started well at Middlesbrough. He's put him into that position. It's still a wide open league, and anything can happen. He can lose the next 10 games at Middlesbrough and get the sack. And then he's lost the chance to go to the Premier League. He's probably scratching around League One. So if I got the opportunity to go to a Premier League club, I would go. His wages, whatever he's on now, will be tripled, if not quadrupled, in a Premier League club. He will have a severance pay, which would look after his family, possibly for the, very a long time, and it wouldn't be at Middlesbrough on the wages there. Now you say, then you look at the opportunities to come back with the parachute payments as well. They probably got more chance. If they do get relegated, I don't believe they will get rid of him. I think they'll give him the opportunity next year. They'll possibly be favourites to then get promoted again, so they can start building something. It's really difficult to leave Middlesbrough. Steve Gibson, for me, is one of the best chairmen in the game, best owners in the game. Only from what I hear from other managers who have been there, and I'm sure Rob would put his hand up and agree with that. I just think the lure of the Premier League, the opportunity to go there, yes, it would take a miracle to keep him in the league, but I just feel he's played at the club as well. It's probably a club close to his heart. His family live in the Midlands as well. All ticks a lot of boxes for Rob Edwards. So good luck to him.